Hello everybody and welcome. I'm No02, continuing my journey here through the legendary weapons. We have the prototype 378, the UMP legendary weapon. Just as a quick, public announcement, these numbers here, firepower, range, accuracy, they don't mean anything. We're not going to talk about them at all. We are going to show you. I am going to show you how much damage this does at how much max damage it does per bullet, as well as its minimum damage when you're shooting at a maximum range. And then I'll talk about the zap effect. And in fact, we'll begin with talking about the zap effect. I tried to get you guys compelling gameplay footage of the zap, of significantly slowing targets for 1 second, and honestly, I am very underwhelmed with this gun. With tall boys charging, you shoot them, and as far as I can tell, they're still charging relatively fast. And I guess maybe bruisers walk slower, the reekers charge slower, right? It definitely is slowing things down. Maybe it's buying you an extra second or two of time, or maybe you would be overwhelmed in a second or two, but for the most part, I don't think the slow is huge. It's major. I can't feel the slow effect at all when you're shooting like a breaker or an ogre. Which either way, those things are moving slow either already. So I think the movement reduction is potentially percentage based, similar to the barbed wire. So it sort of just feels like a particular target is running through whatever blue barbed wire, maybe green barbed wire. I'm not entirely sure. I don't use a lot of barbed wire. For the most part, though, it does what it says. Slows down the target. So if you're unloading a magazine into a single target, it is going to be significantly slowed. But I just don't see a tremendous amount of value in it. There are probably some clutch moments where like something that's barreling down on top of you can sort of get, slowed, and you keep it from getting on top of you with the prototype, which can be cool. And that's sort of the moment where this weapon really, really shines. Beyond that, though, I think the effect is probably better than the Nemesis, but not insane. I don't think this gun's great, game changing or anything like that. That's sort of my general opinion on it. Of course, if you are the SMG player, you pick this gun up 100%, I think for sure. I'm going to show you what this gun does at maximum damage here. It is an UMP. It shoots at the same speed as an UMP. It has 30 bullets in the clip, which is 5 more than typical. Let's just get some of this rabble out of the way here. Some of the rabble here. You can see here, we get 29.4. So at maximum damage, the prototype does 29.4 damage. Of course, I have no damage modifiers on my character right now, so that number obviously goes up. As a point of reference...
There's the dinner bell, and we're the main course.
Alright, chill out, Hank. We're fine. So as a point of reference, a purple RPK does 29 points of damage as well. So this is a purple RPK that shoots at the speed of an UMP or an AK. The UMP and the AK, the SCAR, they all have the same movement, or the same fire rate. So, and the RPK has a fire rate of, what is it now? Of 360, with the UMP with 600 with its fire rate. So this is basically a purple RPK that shoots almost twice as fast. And of course now, let's get super far away from our targets. You guys can keep that pipe on. Super far away from our target, right? We're 40 meters away. And we didn't get hit markers? Or damage markers? There's a guy over there. 14. So 14 is the minimum damage. 14 is like what a normal AK does. A common AK does about 14 damage a bullet, something like that. So you go from purple RPK to base level assault rifle with the prototype. Other than that, it's got all the same UMP stats for the most part, as far as I can tell. It stumbles decently, I think. As far as I can tell, it stumbles the same as the UMP in general. I don't know if the stumble modifier is up or not comparatively to what, right? But that's sort of just the general explanation of its effect. I think it's a little lackluster, but if you know, for the most part, in some of those clutch moments, it really does come through. And its damage is good. I mean, this is the highest damage, for the most damage per bullet ump in the game, or SMG in the game at the moment. So if you come across this if you're the SMG player and you come across this, it's for sure a pickup. Just based off of the fire rate and the damage it does great DPS in general. And that is the prototype. Let me know in the comments if you know anything else, anything quirky or weird or nuanced about this weapon's skill set. I'll show it to you in the light a little bit. It's like gadgets and gizmos on it, caps and stuff like that. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you in the future.